Good morning. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? There you go. We got a lot of energy in the room. Everybody on your feet for me, please. Everybody up on your feet. Everybody up on your feet. If you're driving, pull over. Get up on your feet. If you're online and you're driving,
pull over. Please do not do this in your car.
Yeah.
Please
No, do it in your car.
Driving. Not while you're driving.
All right, guys, we're going to just get a couple of power claps. Get everybody in rhythm, everybody together. It'll be 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. And then I'm going to, overachievers. 1, 2, 3, clap. And then I'm going to keep going. And we're just going to be clapping all the way until we're done, right? So ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you. Look at that. Everybody gets in rhythm. Everybody's got some energy flowing. You may be seated. Yeah. Well, everybody's still just standing there.
I don't know, what do we do now?
Something else.
Like, what am I supposed to do with my hands?
No, that was
like,
it. That was the only thing for today. Happy Tuesday. It is September 20th. I hope you guys are doing the things you need to be doing to get the business that you need. If not, we're going to have Paul Dolan come up. He's going to talk to you about an app that you can use on your phone to make sure you're hitting your sphere of influence and connecting with them the way they need to be connected with without having to go through a lot of hassle of doing things all around. It's an app that you can put on. We've got I've got something that I'll send out to the team in email after this meeting, but we have a handout for the room. And I know, Paul, you got an appointment afterwards. So we're going to jump in and bring Paul up, and he's going to tell you about this, about the app that you can use to help your prospecting efforts through your sphere. And are we good?
Yep. Awesome.
All right. So what do you got for us, sir?
Good. Well, hey, I was, Paul Dolan with Dolan Mortgage Group. You guys have probably most often heard with Angie, my business development rep. I'm here in town today, so I wanted to pop by and
always
make
good
sure
to have you. Always good to have
to jump in.
I know he'll talk a little bit about it afterwards, but Dolan also does the buy before you sell program, remove a contingency. They've got all kinds of other loan products, and they're very communicative, especially having Angie boots on the ground here as an agent of ours as well. So she's here to help you out with any of your marketing needs, open house needs, marketing listings, just listed, just sold, things like that.
Perfect. Thank you. So quick update on rates, because I know Craig just talked about 6, and he and I just chatted in the hallway here. 6.42 as of yesterday, average national. I think we'll crest 6.5 today because the 10-year is up. It's crested 3.5, which again, technically, I know you guys don't want to hear technical stuff, but it's the highest rate it's been since 2009. So, we're all dealing with it. I'm dealing with it with my team in the mortgage business. You guys are dealing with it with your clients and educating them. So one of the things I wake up every single morning and ask myself is, where are the loans? Where are the homes? Where are the sellers and the buyers, right? I wake up every morning, zero on the book, and I gotta get someone to want to do a loan with me, or in you guys' case, to buy or sell. So we talked last time about Covey Export, and I think you guys remember Covey Export. Did anybody download that and take a look at it? All right, cool. So Covey Export, everybody take out your phone real quick, look at your contact list. So go to contacts, click on that, and scroll all the way to the bottom. So hit Z, scroll all the way to the bottom. How many people do you have in your phone? Just throw out a number. 1,100. If it's an Android, it'll be up at the top. 760. So 800 to 1,200 is a pretty average number of people to have in your phone. 3,600. Yeah. So okay. So who has called everybody in their phone book? All right, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't we call everybody in our phone book? Your phone book is your sphere, right? Unless you have, Domino's Pizza in there, or, right. But so your phone book is your sphere. How often do people move in the United States? What's the average?
The average is 5 to 7 years, but it's actually, it's shortened to between 3 and 5. So it's closer to 5 now than it ever has been. It's been
Sure.
most of the time 5 to 7 years.
Okay. Let's be conservative for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Can we agree on 100 months? That's 8.5 years that people move on the far average, and maybe coronavirus changed everything. People move every 100 months. Could we agree that that's
we'll
a
be
very
conservative
number?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you have 800 people in your phone, how many people are moving? How many transactions? How many people are moving every month if you have 800 people in your phone?
1.
8. 800 divided by 100. That's why I used 100. It's a nice, easy number. You have 8 people moving every month in your phone if it's 100 months, which I think we all agree is pretty conservative. And how many transactions are there per move?
Potentially 2.
Potentially 2,
mm-hmm.
Right? So how many transactions per month are sitting in your phone if you have 800 people there? 16 transactions per month. Who's doing 16 transactions a month? So let's say half of that is renters, is spouses, is all the other things. So that's still 8 transactions a month that's sitting in your phone right now. Let's cut that in half again, just to be even more conservative. That's still 4 transactions a month if you make intentional outbound phone calls to your sphere of influence. And who's sitting in your phone?
Let's just go through a cancellation rate too of 20 to 25%. You lose one of them. Now you still have 3 deals in your phone that should transact with you every single month.
So that's a big number, right? 800 people to call is like, who's overwhelmed by that right now? Right? I'm overwhelmed by it. How often should we call our sphere? I coach loan officers, and we call our sphere every 90 days, 4 times a year. I don't know what you guys train.
Phone call once a quarter, text message once a month, get them into a Moxie CRM so they get a drip campaign. Make sure they're on your social media so they see your social media. Make sure you're sending messages. But phone call once a quarter.
Phone call once a quarter. That's every 13 weeks. 800 divided by 13 is 61. It's right on your sheet here. 800 divided by 13 is 61. So 61 people per week is what you need to call. 61 people a week. Could you break that down to 5 days a week? That's 12 calls per day. Half the people you call, you're going to get voicemail. 6 live answers a day. Who can make 6 live answers a day to get 3 to 8 transactions? Yeah. So this is how the numbers break down. And too often we see 800 and we freak out, right? So until we break it down into a meaningful chunk that we can do something with, 12 a day. That now is how to do it. Now, how do you do it? Covey Export on your phone, COVVE Export, will download your entire phone book into an Excel spreadsheet instantly. Email it to you. Open up the spreadsheet. Now, a lot of people, we sat with one agent last week who said, okay, and then I'm going to go and categorize all 800 people. No, do not. That's wrong. That's wrong. You will never finish categorizing them, and you will never make the phone calls. Start with number 1 and go to 12. And when you're done with 12, you're done for the day. When you get to 13 to 24 the next day, 13 to 24 the next day, you stop. Just do that every day. Call 12 people, and after 90 days, you're done with your phone book. And you'll pull some people out right through the process and take the businesses out, but call them and make sure you call the spouses, right? Sometimes one spouse doesn't know what the other one is doing. So don't not call anyone. Call your parents, call your cousins, call whoever is in your phone because they're moving. Call them if they're in other states. You can get a referral fee.
And
right?
I'd say leave a message too.
Absolutely leave a message. So I wanted to bring that. I mean, I can talk about loan programs. We do everything, but I really want to help you guys with something that can deal with right now, which is rates cresting the highest rates they've been in 15, 20 years. People are scared to move, which is why we have the buy before you sell program, which can help some of that fear, can help maximize the property that they're leaving. And big thing right now, I think you guys, I don't know if you're seeing this, we're talking to a lot of agents who are looking at, a lot of investors are still in the market, right? Investors are still in the market. We have DSCR programs, debt service coverage ratio, which is basically, we don't look at their income, we just look at the property and whether the property cash flows. We have bank statement programs to work with investors. I have a program that just doesn't even include anything about rent. 25% down, we just do the loan if it's an investment property. So a credit score barely even comes into play. So there are so many options for investors right now. And I think
you do a cash out, can you do a cash out refi with any of those? Like say,
yeah, I'm doing a cash out in Ohio for somebody who bought a house a year ago and renovated it, taking the cash out of it to go buy another one. Yep. He's got 22 properties. And we're actually putting them in a blanket loan. But yes, you can take cash out to go buy more. And even here's the thing, when you're talking with somebody who bought a primary 3 years ago, how much equity do they have right now? A lot, hundreds of thousands potentially of equity.
The last 3 years, it was basically like 17, 19%, then 26%, then 33% just in the Tampa Bay area. That's basically 70% appreciation over 3 years, not counting the couple of years before that, which was 10 to 15. So some people have been in their house for 7 years, have seen a 100% increase in the value of their home.
So would you keep all your money in stock, in one stock? Oh, 1 second. Would you keep all of your money in one stock? No. So talk to your primary residence clients about equity repositioning. That's the term I use. We're going to reposition your equity just like you would do with a stock portfolio. You wouldn't have all of your stock in one stock, would you? Let's talk about equity repositioning. We'll take some of the equity out of this house and we'll go buy another house. Maybe it's in a different market. Maybe it's over, a different part of Florida. Real
life scenario. I have an equity line on my home. I've got plenty of cash to be able to buy other properties, but I hate spending $17 a month on something stupid like Netflix or Hulu. When that goes out, it pisses me off just to see it go out. So I don't want to spend my cash. But I've come across an opportunity to buy a property for 120 grand. I can use my equity line to do that because I position myself. I've got another one that's owned cash, that's owned paid cash. I can open an equity line on that to be able to maximize. Where you start to get your value as an investor is by leveraging. Plus, every time you pull money out of that, it's not taxable. You pull $120,000 out of something and use it to buy, you're not taxed on that as income, but you're taxed on every other dollar that you're making whenever you're earning income. So we've got some opportunities to have some discussions with people. And right now, rent prices are where? Here.
Aye.
Okay. Which is why investors are still buying.
Chris, I took a whole course on that. And basically when you have a line of credit, it's like you're your own bank.
Yep.
And you guys are in a unique position as realtors because you make big commissions from time to time. So you use a line of credit, you take your income and you pay that line of credit down with your cash. And then you got a line of credit again to use and you do it again. So you're basically borrowing money from yourself and paying yourself back. It's
and where am I finding these
without
opportunities?
tax.
Calling
from you guys. You guys come across them all the time, but you're too scared to do it yourself. And I'll walk you through and give you the idea, but you still won't do it. So if you want, I will. So if you ever have something you want to run by anybody, come sit down with me, call Craig, call Paul. Any one of us are willing to sit down and talk you through how it looks, what the price would be, what you may want to do. I got plenty of experience with the investments and the costs. Get partnered with somebody who's going to be able to get you a loan and get you closed on a product and start making some money work for you.
Ray just did it.
Nobody loves me and I cold call. Nobody loves to cold call, and I cold call every day. But this opportunity gives you a reason to cold call somebody that you know doesn't want to sell their home, but they have a ton of equity. So you have a conversation now to have to be able to talk about repositioning that. And even if they want to go buy a place in the mountains up in Georgia, we can do a loan in all 50 states. You can refer them and still get part of that commission on them moving somewhere else and buying an investment somewhere else as well.
All right. I know you told me to get as much time as I have, but I'll wrap it up. Question?
Take as much as you need. the loan had an appraisal waiver on the file. Is that what you're saying? The bank said they're waiving the appraisal?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. It's just based upon whether or not Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac have enough data to waive the appraisal need on that particular property. There are some loan to value requirements, down payment requirements, but it's not automatic that if you put 25% down, you get an appraisal waiver. It goes into the meat grinder and they say yes or no. And that's just, there's no influencing that. You'll never get one on a property over $1 million. But yeah, that is happening. And as the values have increased, appraisal waivers have increased as well. So does anybody not have a good script for calling the database when you get there? Is anybody afraid of that phone call of, what do I say to somebody that I haven't called in 10 years? Because here's what we use. Is your name popped up in my phone and I just wanted to say hi, see how you're doing. I also want to let you know I'm in real estate. I don't know if you knew that. How are things going? I call it a real estate sandwich. Right. So I just wanted to say hi, see how you're doing. Hey, let you know I'm in real estate. Hey, how things going? Like they heard that. And then at the end, drop the 3x3 that we call it, which is, hey, before I let you go, do you have any friends, family, coworkers looking to buy, sell, or refinance? And drop that on every call. That's an easy script. Your name popped up in my phone.
I like that.
It's simple, right? It's just simple because it popped up. It just happens to be next on the list. So anyway, with that, I appreciate you guys having us here. I mean, I could talk about stuff for hours, but
you can talk as long as you want.
it's
But so
I think we're all in the loan officers and real estate agents are in the same boat, and we in terms of going out and getting business right now is
so
what has to
what's
be done.
the app that you were using?
So Covey Export, COVVE Export. Reach out to Angie if you have any challenges with that. It downloads to a spreadsheet, and you literally can open it up in Excel or Google Sheets and start calling at the top.
Once it's in Excel, can you upload that somewhere else, Jimmy? You can put that into where? To Moxie. So now you have your export that you get out, that you have an Excel spreadsheet, and you can literally just sit there and take notes as you're calling them, go right down through that list. But you can also put it into Moxie and get them on a drip campaign, because we know that you need to have between 35 and 45 touches of your sphere over a year. But I'm only making 4 phone calls. Yeah, 4 phone calls, 12 touches, like 1 text a month, whether it's a video text or just a check-in text. That right there is 16. You're halfway there. Get them on social media, put them into Moxie. They get 1 email a month. You're at 28. On social media, just listed, just sold. If you listed 10 properties, you got 10 more emails. If you sold 10 properties, you got 10 more emails, 10 more reasons to reach out to them. You got plenty of opportunities to touch base with all of these people. So this is a great tool that'll just help you export it out, get it in one place, and you just go right down the list. And like 12 a day, and you could have an opportunity. I know somebody in this room that basically does that, about 5 to 10 a day, Jackie. And all she does is phone or text 5 to 10 people a day, and send a video text recently. How many deals around how many of you closed so far this year? About 17, and we're nine months into the year, 2 deals a year. All she really does is sit there and phone, text, or email 5 to 10 people. I'm dumbing it down a little bit, but that's basically it. She calls her sphere, her past clients, and her family, and just goes through and bangs them out and makes those calls.
Yeah, but then they call you back and they want your help, and you got to go sell them a house.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Think of the taxes you have to pay on that.
They're going to pay income tax. It's just
Yeah,
not
and if you
worth
make
it.
money, what are you going to do with it? God, you're going to have to pay somebody to pay taxes. I called Sphere, somebody in Virginia. And she got a referral from somebody in Virginia that's in her sphere that has a buyer in Florida. So yeah, don't do any of this. None of this works.
You're
Yeah,
just
don't-
going to make money and have to pay taxes. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. And then you might have to buy a house and invest it in somewhere and make more money and pay more taxes. Oh my goodness. That's just crazy.
Then you got to.
Okay, 90% of your sphere is through Facebook Messenger. All right. So the same thing you were going to do when you exported your contacts out instead of calling them. Number one, how'd they get in your phone? You only have 300 in there, right? 90% of them are agents, and you have the majority of them on social media, right? Okay. So that same kind of script, why wouldn't you just send them a direct message?
There's
Or,
something
or a
called
video
Facebook
message. Use a video message on Facebook.
Yep.
Or you can call. Do you
Or
know you
no.
can,
FaceTime them.
do you know you can call on Facebook? I mean, you can make phone calls on Facebook.
That's what I was going to say. They have FaceTime, but you can call, it's a Facebook phone call where it's no
Yeah.
video or anything. You just call them directly. So whatever excuse you have,
We'll overcome it.
it's
No, so then it's not an excuse.
Wait,
Gotta
I don't
be
want a
good for it.
solution. I wanted to complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, everybody in your sphere needs to hear from you.
And people don't get. Yeah.
Well-
But people aren't used to getting Facebook phone calls. So it's an interrupt. It changes. So.
Yep.
So one quick thing and then we'll.
Interesting. All right. Lastly, I'm going to give this to Michelle because you actually downloaded Covey from our last presentation. So great job. For anybody who's not seen this book, it's 365 days of social media posts for real estate agents. And it is by day. So if there's a national day, it tells you, gives you ideas every single day of something to post. And why am I talking about this? Because I know some of you are coming to see me this afternoon. From 1 to 3 o'clock at the Alley, I'm doing a social media for real estate agents. We've hired 2 local marketing gurus in the social media space and also digital advertising if you want to look into doing digital advertising. Your social media is also your sphere. It's part of connecting with people, and some people do it very well. Some people do it very not well. And it's probably the #1 thing I hear with agents when I sit with people every day. What can we help you with? I don't know about social media. What don't you know? I don't want to put my selfie out there. That's fine. There's ways to connect with people without having to put just a selfie. You're not just selling yourself. You are selling yourself. People work with people they know, like, and trust. But there's ways to do it differently than just putting a selfie out there. So those are the things we're going to talk about. We have some great door prizes for some people, including a listing for photography and drone video, personal coaching, and some social media books and tools to use to create your social media with. So if you're available 1 to 3 o'clock today at the Alley, come see us. There's a few seats available. We've had a huge response, but we will fit you in if anybody can make it.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sir. Anything else?
No, I just want to say, go crush it, guys. It's still a great market. And rates are still historically low if you look at the charts, and there are people that are out there that are buying and selling, and you guys can go get them. So I just want to be here as a partner of yours. And if you have anybody who wants to talk equity repositioning with us and how that looks in terms of real numbers on real properties, that's what we're here to do to help. So thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul. Always. All right, so let's go and jump into we got the Covey app. I'm going to mail out this form that's basically a step-by-step to download and export your sphere onto Google Sheets or Excel. So we'll download that. Next Level University is 1017 to 1021 as of right now. If you have anything that you feel would be beneficial, anything you want to see, anything you want more kind of discussion on, you want more direction on, let us know. We'll make sure that we include it. We're trying to break this down and do it real in a different fashion. Want to give you some prescriptive things based on what we're calling them superpowers. What your superpower is, what your agent archetype is. Are you a prospector? Are you a networker? Are you a converter? What is it that you do well? What is it you will do? What is it you won't do? And we're going to be giving some classes and some prescriptive action on that, and bringing in some agents that are actually doing it to help. Open house opportunities. If you have any listings that need open houses, send them to me. I sent out an email last week with 7 or 8 properties on it available for open houses. So there's a lot of opportunities for agents. If you like holding open houses, Let me know if you have a listing that you want to be held open. I'll send that email out tomorrow morning, but please send it to me by the end of the day today and I will get it out tomorrow morning. Best thing to do is claim the open house on Wednesday, get it into the listings office by the end of the day Wednesday, so it notifies everybody on Thursday. Got plenty of time to plan. Get out and start knocking on doors Thursday and Friday, bringing everybody an invite to your open house. Yep, Angie Richardson with Dolan Mortgage, but also Angie Richardson at c21be.com will also help promote the open house for you. So if you contact her, she will put that together. Jimmy wants to, what's that?
Let's hear some feedback on the open houses. Are they working? What kind of traffic are you getting?
Yeah, who held open houses this past week?
I mean, it's easy.
Good. Tell me about your open house. Did you have traffic? Did you have feedback? Did it get, who wants to share?
Darby.
Hold on. What do you got?
I had not a lot of traffic and I did it on a Friday, kind of like afternoon, in Waterset. So it was kind of surprising because it was like right around like drop off, pickup time where a lot of traffic's going through there. I advertised ahead of time, during on Facebook and my Instagram and stuff like that, which I think is kind of important. But still not a lot of traffic.
How many people came through?
2, and one was one of our agents
Okay.
wanting to, see how open houses work. So
Cool.
2:30 to 4:30.
2:30 to 4:30.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, kudos for making the effort. And
Absolutely.
it's a shot.
Good. Darby, do you want to share? What'd you?
I did an open house last Saturday in Riverview for my listing and I advertised it. It was, it was in Zillow and all those and then social media. I put on Facebook and I had a lender that did the same. I had 2 people come through and somebody took my signs.
Anybody else? Any other open house feedback? What'd you have?
Yes, I held an open house in Waterset on Saturday. I did it from 11:30 to I think it was 1:30. And it's this is probably like the 3rd time we've held an open house there. And we have 5 couples come through. So it's the most that we had come through.
But
Mhm.
and what's the price point?
I know, 960.
5 people come through and 900. So of all of the listings, the most expensive one had the most amount of traffic.
Of the 5, will you work with any of the others?
Carolina?
Of the 5 that came through, would you work with any of them again?
Actually, all of them had agents.
Okay. But this is a time to think about when you meet a prospect at an open house, they're a prospect. You send them a Moxie follow-up and you put them on a plan. So we got to get our brains thinking about this consistently.
Yeah, Chris and I are actually working on a open house kind of file through everything that you want to go, kind of like the guide to from making sure it gets posted prior, not just on Facebook on Friday night, but posted. That's why we want people
Put
to
it on
accept
Zillow,
by
put it on
Wednesday, so
century21.com.
it gives time for it to get into the MLS, which will hit Zillow. Also give time for Moxie and Press to catch up with some of the things that are happening so you can do some consistent marketing with Century 21 Beggins. Go ahead.
That's what we're.
That's what we're working on.
Yeah, we're working on.
We're kind of getting back to it. You didn't have to really do open houses before, the last
You could.
year. You could. I mean, and yes, you would have people out the door for an open house when it was insane like that. But, we have to get back to some of the basics. How are we marketing? How are we showing up for every open house? Because how you show up for an open house is how Craig shows up for an open house and Beggins shows up for an open house. So we kind of do want to try and get some consistency. And then obviously you guys add your own, kind of touch to it, but we want to be able to give you a guide that you guys can walk through and have fun with that.
We'll talk about the Moxie challenge next week.
Yeah,
We'll put
next
together
week.
some particulars on that, but we're going to do a Moxie challenge. So just get prepared for a number of presentations sent out for the Johns Pass Retreat, Capri Townhomes, seller presentation, CMAs. What was the other one?
And we're going to do the, if you have not done the September
Oh, the Wizard
Wizard
article.
article.
So it's going to be based on the number of presentations that you send out to your sphere to people to drop off. So let's go ahead and jump into Caravan so we can knock that out and we can
Right.
make sure we get out of here on time. We got two properties on Caravan. We got Mr. Ray Monahan is coming in with a property in Harbor Isles. Ray,
Yes, good morning, everybody. This is kind of unique. It's been a long time. It's like coming back home. We have a really nice property in Harbor Isles, and I'm partnering with the Dream Team on this one. It's a 2009 KB home. It's just about 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The original owner, so it's in very good shape. The pictures on the MLS is when it was furnished. They have moved since to Atlanta, Georgia. The lot is the big benefit to this when you pull up, it's right on the water. It's got a huge waterfront presence. The screened-in lanai can be kicked out. They can put a pool in. As I mentioned, the house is very clean because it was the original owner. And the lot itself is 70 by 160 by 80. So, you know, Harbor Isle, the big thing there is the larger lots, and this most certainly has it. We put it on the market for 429, 424. We dropped it down to 419. And yes, we just had a weekend of open houses. And I think in this price category, the market, you know, Mets are Mets. We had 3 people, I think, on Saturday. We had 3 people on Sunday. There are 12 homes in the area on the market. 2 are pending. They close at the end of the month. So the inventory is a little bit more robust than it was when we brought it on the market, but we still think it's a very good product. We're going to hold on that pricing because we don't believe that reducing it will be the eye grabber that we need. We think it'll be more of market time. It's all, it's tile and it's plank flooring. It's very nice. It has a bonus room, 2-car garage. Please come out and see it today at the open house. I mean, at the Caravan. We love to see it. And obviously it's open anytime you want to do an open house there. There's a lockbox. It's vacant. I even left a chair for you. There's snacks on the counters and there's water in the fridge. So really all you got to do is show up. Yeah, no,
Right,
beer.
just a thought.
No, I had to leave it. Any questions?
If that were a pool home, it would be sold in a second.
Yeah,
So what I would consider doing is getting a pool builder to give you a design estimate
sure.
and leave it on the counter and say, look, a pool can go to this house for $65,000. It would be this big. Because that little tiny patio is a pet peeve of mine. Because they're so small, you can't use them. But you put a pool deck behind that and a nice little fountain pool, some gas lanterns or something, it'd be badass.
So when you go today, there's a marketing book on the counter, and the marketing book has your property taxes, sales property disclosure, your plot, your elevation, your portability certificate, and an insurance certificate for what it would cost to insure.
Bless you.
So it's all there.
no,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to virtually stage exterior stuff like that. You can virtually stage furniture, but not a pool. You can, so one thing, so what's one of the first things you said about this property?
Good point, because when I was
First 2 things
First-
were lot size and
the
water
waterfront.
view. This is okay, but I don't think it really gives a true depiction. Like if you were able to get a higher drone shot that really showed the full lot size and the water behind it, or moved up one of these
yes,
waterfront photos, something that might be like you got this shows a little bit better, but I would say something like one of these that moved up for now, but see if you can't get them out there to pop the drone up and get some higher up photos so you can really see the lot size and the space.
good idea.
Might help. Yeah, that's a great shot.
That is. Yeah. The backyard's is sizable in our lot.
Yeah.
No.
And Ray is also,
Oh, yeah.
if any of you would like any voiceover work, Ray is selling his services to do voiceover for any of your listings.
So I do have, there's just a nice segue on this one. So when I went to list the property, this is my sphere of influence. So I've known these people a long time. And I talked about, I said, look, it's an 09 house. We should do a pre-inspection. No, we don't want to do that. And I said, okay. I said, if you're not going to do that, then you should provide a home warranty. Because again, you got original roof, you got original air conditioning, et cetera. No, we don't want to do that. Well, now that we had a contract that walked away, we did lose one. And it wasn't because the house is in any disrepair. It's they wanted to bring in propane gas. And had the agent told me that, I could have shared with her, that's like virtually impossible from a cost perspective after the home is built. But now we do have a home warranty on the property. Okay. And a platinum package will be offered with that. But you know, we talk about, you bring it up to clients and they say, no, no, no. And had they done it, we would have understood the severity or the exposure from the roof and the AC. I really do think it was the propane thing that shot the pooch, but it would have been nice to be ahead of it, because then we could have got the roofer out there to do an evaluation on longevity of the life of the roof prior to now. But anyhow, please come out, please see it. It's open for open houses. Thanks.
Hey, Ray, did you put insurance quotes in that brag book? No.
No short-term rentals. It's, yeah, minimum 1 year. So that's our first stop in Harbor Isles on Butterfly Shell. Our second stop is going to be Mr. Vince has a listing on Rimini Vista Way
Wow,
in
it's
Sun
pretty.
City. Tell me all about it, sir.
Ooh, oh.
This house is also owned by the original owners. It's a very large home, 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, formal living room, formal dining room, family
Ooh.
room. They put in the optional game room. They've got an optional outdoor kitchen. It is a pool home, backs up to Little Manatee State Park. House is immaculate on the inside. They hired a housekeeper when they moved in 15 years ago, still have her employed today. So this house is just, it's an exceptional home for Sun City Center, and come and see it and bring me a buyer. It is the highest priced home presently in Sun City Center. When I tried to market the property, we had a house on the same street sell. Well, it's pending right now. We're $10 per square foot less than that home. This home is 1,000 square feet larger. So when I did the math on it, if we used their price per square foot, this house would have listed for $846, I believe. Instead of putting it at $846 to match the price per square foot of the house down the street, we dropped it down to $825, make it more marketable. So we're less per square foot than the house down the street. We're a larger home, but the house is immaculate. When you come up to the house, you're gonna see we do have we got a roof leak. So we got the day that the house went live, the house developed a roof leak. So we've got the roof is putting us on a schedule, getting that taken care of. So other than that, the house is in
To the garage
fantastic
floor.
shape. Air conditioning systems were changed a year ago. Hot water tank was changed, I think, 3 years ago. So it's an exceptional house.
Yeah.
Looking for an exceptional buyer.
I would,
There's no CDDs. The HOA fee is extremely high. It's $99 a month. It's $290 a quarter. It gets your lawn cut. I live across the street from the house, and our HOA decided to get rid of, mandatory cable and everything. Everybody wants different cable companies, so your HOA is down to just getting your lawn cut.
all right, so what do we know about roofs? That's a 15-year-old roof now, 16,
Yeah,
17-year-old roof?
15-year-old roof.
So what would we recommend? That's an expensive roof right there, but
Get a 4-point.
get a 4-point inspection to demonstrate to the buyer the remaining useful life on it,
And
and get an insurance quote.
and
That's
we
the point
got
I took.
global home warranties also open.
But I'd get an
open to
insurance
sell.
quote and find out if, because the tile roof should not be a problem at 17 years. But it may be for some.
It's a valley. Yeah, everybody on my streets had problems with the valleys.
Right.
Well, that's not the issue. The issue is insurance. So everybody could have the problems, and that's why the insurance is going to be an issue. It might be a little higher. Anytime a roof hits 15 years, even tile now, at 15 years, it starts to become a concern, even though the tile roof should go about, should last 50% more than a shingle roof. A lot of times the insurance companies, even at 15 years, start to raise rates on tile roofs. With a shingle roof, it's going to be a concern for most carriers. You can still get it covered, but with a tile roof, they're kicking back and they're raising the rates quicker, even though it should go 25 years before you have a concern with insurance. 15 years is when they're starting to look at that. So it'd be good to get a roofer or roofer inspector that'll do a 4-point and give the remaining useful life left on it. And that could help with a buyer needing to get insurance.
As you see, we've got the shot up there of our drone shot of Little Manatee State Park.
Mhm.
And as far as you can see to the horizon is nothing but state park. So it's,
That's nice.
if you got a
That's
buyer
great.
that's looking for privacy and a larger house, I mean, this house could be it.
Hang on,
This house is in the Renaissance section of Sun City Center, so it's mandatory that you maintain the social membership to the Renaissance Country Club. And that membership fee is $2,500 for the year. And that's per household, that's not per person living in the house.
You have to pay the one-time fee,
In Sun City, when you purchase in Sun City, if you're not a current resident, you have a one-time capital fund fee of $3,000 to move into Sun City Center.
and a certain amount of month, like money a month in the clubhouse or anything on top of the.
No,
No.
the country club, once you pay your yearly fee, they don't care if you step foot in the door. You know, it's a one-time fee and that's it. Yeah, they got your money.
is there a gate?
No, it's not a gated community. You have 2 restaurants in the country club.
Great.
I just downloaded 3,600 contacts from my phone to Icoviac and sent it straight. I got a lot of calls tonight. It's done and it's in Google Drive right now. That's pretty
Good.
cool.
We'll be leaving here. We're not quite done yet. We got a couple other things to mention, but we'll leave at 10:30 to head to Harbor Isles and then over to Rimini Vista. Jackie, what'd you have?
I have a new listing in Sun City Center. I did not put it on Caravan because Sunday, the air conditioner broke. And I have an air conditioning guy going out there, but it was like 85 in there. So I thought, So it's 312 Stoneham. So here's what my clients did. They had a 4-point inspection. And they replaced, and they found that they need a new roof. So there is a new roof. They had the plumbing replaced, the electric replaced, everything on the outside. It was painted. It's a really nice house. And on the inside, it's 1996. So I priced it about 50,000 less than anything in the neighborhood. And, you can see that, it has old carpeting, old whatever. It's livable, but it does need upgrades. It's in St. Andrews,
How much
low
is
HOA, like 240 a
What's the
quarter,
price?
325.
So 1596 square feet, 22. You said new roof,
Yes,
new paint,
yes.
Okay.
New
And 50 grand
electric,
below
new
so I can
plumbing.
fix it up.
yep,
Nice.
new electric,
And
new
a-
plumbing.
Yeah, it's new. It's really a nice home. It does need your touch on the inside, but it's a great home.
Yeah, you gave that over. Yep. Will you help her? please?
It's sold.
I have a listing in Hawks Point. It's a townhouse. It's a 4-bedroom.
What's
It's
the
the big
address?
one, the 4-bedroom.
the address?
It's really, the address is 2022 Hawks View.
Okay, tell me about it.
And we just reduced the price again to $355. I mean, she has it really neat, meticulous. And what's really cute in the house, she has like the storage room. She turned it into a doggy room, really cute. And she did put tile on the lanai. You see, she has a little barn door going up so the dog doesn't go up. And she remodeled the kitchen. I mean, it's impeccable, it's really nice. And it's the 2-car garage. You see, that's the doggy room that she did. There. And then you have that extra area and it's got pond view. You've got water view and it's a 2-car garage. It's walking distance to the pool. and that's the gated part, the Hawks Point. So we started high. It's been on the market more than a month. So, you know, we're trying to, and then I have another one in Kings Point. This one is, oh, it's Greenhaven. I forget the first numbers. It's 20. Put Greenhaven. In Sun City Center, it's 2020. It's just at it's on a corner. But I'll look it up here with Greenhaven. I forget the numbers.
This is,
Oh,
This
right
is-
there. There's one right next to each other. So the one on the left. That one says 20. Yeah, that one. She bought it like for 80 something and she changed it completely. I mean, she changed the kitchen. She put new appliances. I mean, everything's brand new. It has they changed the piping. It has the electrical panel box that is added, you know, that is required. So I need to sell that one. That one it went now to 244.
239.
I mean, oh yes, I lowered that. It was 244, now it went to 239.
Good. So we got some inventory to select from and choose from. And while you're out there showing homes, while you're out there doing open houses, must have got at least 15 messages on Monday about the safety incident that happened in Sun City. So somebody came up to a real estate agent. An agent was in the front yard of a home. The person walked up, pulled a weapon out, told him to give me $100. The agent told her they only had 25. So she hit her, stole her purse and ran off. It wasn't one of our agents, but it was an agent. It was a real estate agent. So be careful, be aware, know what our safety protocols are. If you don't feel comfortable in any way, shape or form, you should have the office phone number programmed and ready to go. And you should be able to call the office and just tell them that you're late for your appointment with Mike Ferry at whatever address you're going to, and we'll know to send people to that address. So wherever you are at, wherever you're going, let us know. Just be safe. And I heard a lot of people say, it's surprising, Sun City. Why is that surprising? Who's some of the most vulnerable people? Elderly, seniors. So yeah, no, luckily the buyer showed up. This is just an agent showing up to a house. So this is in the middle of the daytime, but I can't remember what day it was. It doesn't really matter what day it was. It just matters. You need to be aware. You need to be paying attention to your surroundings at all times. Have your head on a swivel. If you do have a conceal and carry permit, bring mace, bring some type of weapon. If you don't feel comfortable, just make sure you understand the ramifications that come along with carrying one and using one. And if you're legally carrying one, you're fine. But just be careful. It's crazy out there. Things can happen. It can happen anywhere. It doesn't matter where it is. It can happen to anyone.
Yeah, and if you're not comfortable, partner up. If you're doing an open house, or you're like, get a lender to come to open house with you. If you're going, you're just not sure, just let us know.
All right, we are going to, you got 10 minutes and we're going to, 10 minutes. We'll head out at 10:30 to Harbor Isles first for Ray Monahan's stop and then head over to Rimini Vista and Sun City. So happy Tuesday.